Hey everyone, Nick Miller, product specialist here at Teguar, and today I'm very excited to share with you all what I find so special about the TP-4800 Pinnacle panel PCs. Now the Pinnacle series will come in two sizes. There's a 12.1 inch size and a 15.6 inch size. You can also get your choice of touch panel. There are PCAP and resistive options available. Today I have a PCAP 15.6 inch model to show off, but regardless of which size or touch panel you get, you're going to get a high definition, high brightness display that's direct bonded. Those three things are going to come together to give you a crystal clear image that you're going to be able to view from almost any angle. Now, another thing that I'd like to point out while we're talking about these displays is just how thin the bezels are on this unit. This is probably the thinnest set of bezels I've ever seen on a panel PC, and shrinking those bezels has allowed us to create a much slimmer, more sleek design overall for the TP-4800. All right, so we've talked enough about form. Let's talk about function. This is a panel PC, so you can panel mount it. There are rubber caps around the edges of the unit. Just remove those and use the included panel mounting hardware in the box to mount it into your enclosure. There's also a nice thick rubber seal that runs around the back of this unit that's going to create a firm seal with whatever you are mounting this into. That's going to prevent particulates, dust, dirt, water, anything like that from getting in and messing with the back of the unit. If you need a more standard mounting solution, this does have VESA pattern mounting holes on the back, so you can mount it to a swing arm or just a standard VESA table stand like what I have here. Now to power this unit, we have three options. There is a 3-pin Phoenix style terminal connection on the bottom. That's going to take 12 to 24 volt DC power. There is a terminal block in the box if you need to hook up your own power solution. But we can also offer you a 12-volt power supply to power the unit as well. Now, one new feature that I love on this unit is the USB-C port on here can also power the unit through PD power input. If you have your own PD power supply, you can use that. It needs to be able to provide a sufficient amount of power. If you don't have one, then we can offer you a PD power supply as well. And finally, we do offer a PoE++ expansion module for this unit that's going to tap into one of the two Ethernet ports on board to power the unit. Now, when we're talking about those network ports, this does have a gigabit Ethernet port. That's the one that's going to be used for PoE, and it also has a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port for higher bandwidth and speeds. There's also an option to get a Wi-Fi module added in here. There are antenna holes mounted on the side of the unit to support that. And for video output, we have two options. There's an HDMI port on the bottom of the unit, but we also have a USB-C port, the same one that you can use to power the unit, can also send DisplayPort signals out. So you can get a high definition second display that way as well. As far as the other I/O goes, we've got a 3.5 millimeter audio jack, a DE9 COM port, two USB 3.2 ports, and that one USB 3.2 Type-C port. There's also an expansion module that you can add to this unit. By default, this is actually going to come with a dual USB 2.0 expansion for the I/O, but you can also get a DE9 COM port like what I have on this unit here. There's also an option for 8-channel GPIO. And now for my favorite part, let's break it down and take a look inside. So here on the bottom of the board, we have a single DDR4 slot. We also have a 22 M.2 NVMe drive. This is going to be your primary drive for storage. And this right here is your Wi-Fi 6E module. One thing I want to point out is just how organized, clean, and well labeled this motherboard is. Every part has a label, and there are even tables on here to show you how the dip switches work and what their different functions mean. That's going to make upgrades and servicing these units a lot easier and a lot simpler. Now, turning it over on the top of the board, we have the tried and true Intel Celeron J6413 quad-core CPU. It's rugged, it's reliable, it's modern, and these are all things TP-4800 is as well. On top of that, we also have fairly robust cooling solution. We have a copper-topped heatsink with thermal pad, and that heatsink is going to draw the heat out of the CPU and disperse it across this thick rear enclosure, and especially across these fins. Now, some of you may need a little bit more power than what the Celeron can provide. And I am very happy to announce that we have a Core Ultra version of the TP-4800 coming out later this year. If you're interested in Pinnacle, give us a call today or check us out online at Teguar.com.